Okay, Julie, today we're back at Knott's Berry Farm for a little bit of Knott's Then.
Yes.
So the original Berry Tales ride was here, and now it's returned to the fair, which is a whole different animal. And
Right.
today we're going to celebrate it with the new book about Berry Tales, which was written by Eric Lynxwiler and Albert Rodriguez, and Eddie Sotto is going to be here, and Chris Crump, and we're going to check it all out. This was one of my favorite rides growing up here. It's not the same now, but the book is awesome. We suggest you buy it. So let's go meet these guys and get a little Knott's Then today.
Yes.
All right, check it out.
Okay.
Wow, Julie, look at these original props from the ride. These are so good. I absolutely love this from the original ride. This is so Knott's Then. Look at the different looks of Wanda. It was great.
Wow, look at that. I love how it takes you from
This
the
is
beginning
so great. I'm
to
so
restoration and update.
thrown back here. The weird woods with the weird juice. Wanda there, so amazing. The frog forest with the frogs. This is just so cool. Can't even tell you how great this is to see. I love it. And here's the Gurk, the Turk, and the Yerk. So this is all from the original. Great props. So definitely come down. Buy this book, you guys. It's really amazing. Okay, Julie, we made it to the signing for Knott's Berry Tales.
Yes.
This wonderful book by Chris Merit and Eric Lynxwiler. And we have special guests here today, Chris Crump, whose dad started the ride, Albert Rodriguez, who's here.
Yes.
And we're going to go get some signings and say hello to these great guys who did this book. And Eric's done other books. And Berry Tales is a classic, amazing ride. So let's check it out. So this is footage of the original ride.
Okay.
It's just amazing to see this. Super cool. The car's going through. So it's so great they did this, Julie. The original ride stuff. Really cool. Love it. Going through the weird juice. Look at that, Julie. Do you see that, Lisa? Yeah. And everything always smelled like boysenberry when you went through.
That's
cool. So I could sit here and watch this all day, but that's just a little sample. There's the ride car that you were in, and then you go to the fair, and that's where you see Wanda and all the weird juice and stuff. And that's my favorite part of the ride.
Is that your favorite part? That's awesome.
So, just a little bit of the ride there.
It's so cool.
Super cool. Look at that. There's Doctor. That's what I was talking about. Dr. Fox. Wow, that's just super amazing. Super amazing. Wire Walker, Wally. Just so cool. So cool. Adam Wong. So much incredible stuff here from that ride. There you get a glimpse of the ride.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is really great, you guys. This is fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic. I love it. Love it. All right, so there's a glimpse of the ride. It's really good. So definitely buy this book, you guys. This book is amazing.
Oh, amazing.
A lot of love has gone into this book for people who love the ride, and it's just been fantastic. And this brings back so much memories watching this.
I'm sure it does.
It's just
awesome.
amazing. So, all right, so definitely come and check this out.
Love it.
And speaking of amazing, the book's amazing, but we have somebody else amazing here. Evan, how are you? Another amazing friend of ours. And he did a Berry Tales, which is our favorite, a Berry Tales item. So, how's it going?
Doing really good. It's been a busy week. We had an event earlier this week on Wednesday.
LA Breakfast Club?
Right. Yeah, it was amazing.
Great. And that was where, in Toluca Lake, or where was it? Burbank?
Just off of the entrance to River Park, where they have the horse park.
Gotcha.
Right over there at the Friendship Hall.
Looks like you had a good turnout.
Oh, last count that I saw before we got there was 140.
Wow, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I assume our friend Albert was there too. Hello, Albert. How are you? Another integral part of this book and the love of fairy tales. So both Evan and Albert, can't thank you guys enough. I did. I saw them, and they're just if you didn't see them, there they are again. But they are amazing. So we just want to thank both of you guys for everything you've done for Fairy Tales to keep this alive, and thank you so much. Okay, thanks guys. All right, guys, we are here today to remember the then of our Knott's Then and Now page, guys. And this is a great day for so many people, and me especially, because Fairy Tales growing up probably was my favorite ride at the farm besides the log ride. It just brought me back to a great time. We're here today to celebrate this with this great new book. Where's the book, Julie? Show me the book. Okay, Knott's Fairy Tales. And we are here with several people who made this book happen. Hello, Eddie. And we have Chris Merit and Chris Crump. And so what inspires you to do this book, honestly, Chris?
So I was 5 years old when I first wrote this ride.
And now you're 25? So, okay, all right.
So you can do the math. It blew my mind. It was like a fever dream. I was like, what did I just write? And I went home to kindergarten the next day and did all these drawings of Knott's Fairy Tales, which I still have, which I showed to his dad. He's like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? But I love this ride in particular, Knott's in general, but especially Knott's Fairy Tales, as much as I loved anything in Disneyland. It made me want to be a theme park designer. My co-author Eric as well, and just really studying from these guys and kind of trying to learn the business. So, first of all, the man to my left here, Jim Dow, who designed all the Roaring
I know, amazing.
The amazing sign that used to be on the roof of this building. Chris Crump, my honorary big brother, you know, his dad, Rolly, designed the ride, but he worked on this. He hand-built the Chug-a-Chug. Then when it caught fire and burned down, he hand-built another Chug-a-Chug in a few weeks. Eddie Sotto, who got his start in the business doing the Wacky Soap Box Racers.
Another beloved ride. Another beloved ride.
So I'm surrounded by people who, like, as a little kid, I'm studying these things. And, oh my gosh, these are so cool. People do this. People get paid to do this. This is how do you learn how to do this? It's amazing. Well, you know, paid being a relative term.
I was paid in berries.
So
anyway,
I know it's hard.
The book is about documenting this and about preserving this and about kind of putting it all in one place where someone who maybe didn't grow up with all this like we did can see, because Knott's has changed quite a bit, see what it once was, but also celebrate the fact that Knott's has brought back Fairy Tales in this new attraction, and it lives today. It's an amazing, amazing thing. So
I know it's hard to answer this question, but if there's a part of the ride each one of you loved the most, is there a part? I mean, I know it's all. I loved all of it, and people ask me that question on our Facebook group and on our YouTube channel. Well, what was your favorite part of the Soapbox Racers and favorite part of the log ride and Fairy Tales? So, is there a favorite part for you, Chris?
It's like children. You can't answer that question.
I was going to answer.
I can answer that.
You can answer that question, Eddie.
How do you answer that question?
I hope they grow up and leave.
What do you think? Is there a favorite part?
If I have to pick one, it's got to be Frog Forest.
Okay.
Because it's Blacklight Madness. But close second is Weird Woods. Partially because when I asked Rolly, I said, you know, you had all these thoughts about those films. I said, what was the impetus for Weird Woods? And he goes, I don't know, Chris. It's just a bunch of weird guys. But what was really cool about Rolly was he wanted to design the Mr. Toad ride for Walt Disney World half blacklight and half incandescent, and they told him no, all dark lights have to be blacklight, and he did it here in Beary Tales. He mixed incandescent with blacklight to great success, so it's really
I remember
that's in the Weird Woods.
Marion saying that for her buck, I think she said Rolly was the best in the business. Do you remember that part there that she said that? I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, he got a great deal.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
When you look at the numbers, and Also, how quickly they did this.
Yes.
When you think about like how fast Rolly did It's a Small World,
Right.
This is another basically like a year-long project going from concept to opening. That's crazy. You do not do that.
No, you don't. I know. And mine was Frog Forest too, by the way, just so you know.
I love the frog.
I mean, I did like the end of the fair and everything.
Everyone loves the frog.
Everyone loves the frog, so I thought Frog Forest. Chris, thank you so much for doing this. We appreciate you. Keep these memories alive. That's why we're here. We did Roaring 20 Days last weekend. We all dressed up and did a little Roaring 20s thing.
People like you keep supporting us. We'll keep doing it.
We'll keep supporting you guys. Thank you guys so much. It really is fantastic, and we appreciate you. Okay, guys, what a great day celebrating Knott's Berry Tales. And this is Eric Lynxwiler. Eric, how are you?
I'm wiped.
I mean, both you and I, we met some of our childhood heroes, right? I mean, you and I grew up at the farm, so.
I had teary moments, yes, but it was also just goosebumps sitting next to
Yeah.
these guys. I mean, I'm a geeky historian, just like Chris Merit. We
Yeah.
put together a book, we put together another book, but to actually meet the men and women who inspired us to be who we are today kind of blows my mind.
Hey, me too.
And
I'm seeing
Chris
Eddie
Crump,
here
Eddie
too.
Sotto.
Wow.
But what blew me
Eddie
away
and
was
Chris.
seeing Jim Dow.
Yeah.
And I had to introduce Jim Dow over and over and over again because people are like, who's this? I'm like, no, this is the man who did the Roaring 20s. He was a designer for the Roaring 20s in 1975. He did all of that amazing neon for the Roaring 20s that just knocked my socks off. So the rooftop Roaring 20s sign.
Right.
He did the
Which,
corkscrew neon
best sign ever.
I think that I am who I am because of his work. It's not just a design that he didn't sign. It was, no, that actually meant something to me as a child and made me who I am because I went to work with the Museum of Neon Arts.
Right.
Because of his inspiration as a child. I paid attention to those beautiful glowing tubes that he designed.
Yeah.
And I got to thank him for that. But then again, I don't think he believed me. I'm like, no.
No, I had that.
Really inspired
Yeah,
me.
I had that same with Dell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
tell us real quick who was here and what they did. Is just real quick.
Well, we have me and Chris Merit.
Who wrote the book?
We both wrote the book on the history of Knott's Preserved on Knott's Berry Farm and Berry Tales, the history of Berry Tales.
By Knott's Preserved too. Great book, by the way.
They're
Fantastic.
It's almost like that was chapter 1 and then Berry Tales is chapter 2.
Right.
We've had so many people pick up the Berry Tales book and go, it's so much more than Berry Tales. I'm like, yeah, we had to do the whole foundation as to what it was, what it meant, and where it came from. So that's us.
And it's a beautiful book, by the way. It's a beautiful. Even Julie's like, what a beautiful book.
It's a beautiful.
And she's a book publisher, so
Thank you. I designed that book, so I'm very grateful.
it's a beautiful book. Okay, so
And we also have Albert Rodriguez.
Right.
Albert Rodriguez is the publisher for this book. He's not just a really big fan, he's a collector. And he's basically the guy who pulled the checkbook out so we could make that
which
book.
you have to have. So thank you to Albert.
We couldn't
Plus a
publish
really
it
nice
without
guy
him.
too, by the way.
He's a sweetheart.
Yes.
And then we had Jim Dow. Jim Dow. I just admire his work so much.
Legend.
It's so funny. I have a lot of his work at home, not originals.
Right.
But I have a lot of his illustrations at home, which are in the book. And of course, I found all that stuff on eBay. Oh my gosh. Don't bid against me on eBay.
Just so
the
you know,
other
I have before, I think. But you no, I think you beat me most of the time. But anyway.
Well, I just kind of like go, I have to have it. And then we also had Chris Crump, who was Rolly Crump's
great to
son.
talk to Chris too.
Chris is a great guy.
And
He's a designer.
Raleigh did this ride.
Yep.
Marion loved him, by the way.
Yep.
That was evident.
And Chris Crump did, among other things for the ride, he did the Chug-a-Chug, which was central to the Beary Canning Cave. That was the masterpiece of construction.
And there's photos of him actually hand painting. You can see
Oh, yeah.
that I've seen. So
the photos of him with long hair and Jethro Tull
yeah,
t-shirts,
exactly.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Jethro Tull. Oh my God, Eric, you're dating us.
It's hilarious. I love the guy. And then also we had Eddie Sotto.
Yep.
So Eddie Sotto came after Berry Tales had already opened, but he had done designs which are in the book for an upgrade to Berry Tales, which never came to be.
Okay.
And his upgrade illustrations are incredible and brilliant. But what he's most known for here,
One of my favorite all time too.
the Wacky Soap Box
Yep.
Racers. He did the Wacky Soap Box Racers. He was 20 years old and was given $1 million design project. He went straight from being a Sears washer salesman to to designing a major theme park ride that affected all of our childhoods.
And he has a great website too, by the way, with lots of pictures that we put on then and now.
Love that guy. The man's amazing. I will always be his archivist at heart. Whatever he doesn't want,
amazing.
oh my God, I will be happily digitize everything that he has ever touched. The man's incredible. And of course, I remember going to Euro Disney, Disneyland Paris, walking down Main Street, and all I could think of was Eddie.
Yeah.
And he actually told me, because I was like texting with him, and he was awake on the other side of the planet, and he's like, look for this, look for this, look for this.
Did he really? How great.
Knott's Berry Farm, little tiny homages to Knott's Berry Farm in Euro Disney's Main Street, and I found all of them. I know. And Six Flags. Six Flags is in there too. And it just snuck him in as the Main Street designer. I love that guy.
So we had quite a crew here today, then. I mean, quite amazing. Yeah. So just real quick on the book, what was your favorite part of Berry Tales? I know it's hard to pick, but like for me it was Frog Forest. I don't know why. I love Frog Forest. I just thought it was unique, and I like the jumping contest. Just little things that you remember, and the serenade. When they're serenading and with the little umbrella, the little things that I remember as a kid. Because I went on the ride probably 10,000 times. Just over and over and over and over. And I always hope to get stuck in the tunnel. Things like that. But is there a part that stands out, or is it just the whole? Is it like trying to pick a favorite child?
It is tough. I think the scene that I always enjoyed, well, two things.
Okay.
One of them is Theta Bear with her magic wand, and she's raising her playing cards.
That was cool.
Cards went up and down, and I remember the sound of the metal playing cards clinking.
Yes.
As they went down, and clinking as they went up, and it was that like. And I love that.
I know what you're talking about.
Is on Chris Crump's intro, on Chris Crump's Chug-a-Chug, there were these spinning wheels that had loose balls on dowels, and as the thing spun, the balls would actually clack with gravity.
That was really
cool. And it was the clack of, like, you can hear it just clack, 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 clack.
I always wondered how they did that.
As it spun around. And it was just a natural sound of wood hitting wood, and I'm like, that is so comforting to me.
Brilliant.
And it's not in the soundtrack, it was just the added sound. So when I listen to the soundtrack, I can still kind of like go, I
hear that
right there. I know where it goes. I know where that sound fits.
Do you remember the bunny, the rabbit who was he juggling, or
there was a juggling rabbit?
You remember that? So I always remember that part of it for some reason as a kid. I don't know why, but
and all the marionettes that were in there.
Oh yeah,
which were a leftover from when it was going to be a gypsy camp thing, right? Everything was marionettes.
Right.
Yeah, that's all in the book.
Okay, so get this amazing book. I mean, Knott's Berry Tales. Eric and Chris, great job, and to have the people you had today, you made my, please give let's see. Check out this book, there it is.
Get that book.
Knott's Berry Tales, get this book.
It is available at Knott's Berry Farm and fantasy-funwheel.com.
Okay, fantasy.funwheel.com at Knott's, but not Amazon or anything
nowhere else.
Okay. Are we doing any more signings or anything, and is that kind of it for now?
We have no more signings at the moment, but I'll give you the news. We are planning a July 5th party. And that July 5th party, it's going to be a ticketed event with Mice Chat.
Okay.
And it's going to be going through Knott's Berry Farm, Garner Holt, Fantasy Fun Wheel, Mice Chat, available for Mice Chat. Save the date, July 5th, because it's going to be a party here.
Well, I guess we better come to that,
coordinating it. Like I said, it's going to be a big deal because we are bringing in some of the original 1970s designers who were in their 20s when they cut their teeth on this attraction.
Wow.
So you saw 3 today.
Okay.
We're bringing and celebrating a few from the East Coast.
Wow.
Vegas. Names. Just lots of
people. We'll be here.
And again, these are the people who designed this and walked away and then became like incredible Imagineers and designers for Vegas.
Right.
But they started here.
And we also got to meet Del today.
You got to meet Del. That's great. Love that man.
So another great guy. So Eric, thank you for doing this book with Chris. I thank Chris too, and for putting together this. I mean, I think these guys, and even you never really knew who you touched until you meet him 40 years later or whatever it may be. I think I was 10 years old when that ride opened. So we're close to the same age, I think, too. And thanks for everything you do to keep Knott's history alive, because that's why I do this. And I've gotten Julie into it, and we have our Facebook group and doing these videos. I never wanted to. People say, "Well, you're a vlogger." We don't go anywhere else, so we don't really. It's not a trying to make money thing. It's because one thing.
Yeah.
I love the farm. I worked at the farm. I grew up at the farm. And so when I come, I could have sat with Dale for 6 hours. I could sit with you for 6 hours. We could just talk and talk and talk. So thanks for doing this book. Congratulations on it. I'm so proud to own it, and we will definitely see you. What was that date again?
July 5th.
July 5th. So look for that on the Knott's website then to buy the tickets, or no?
Mice Chat.
Mice Chat. All through Mice Chat.
It's all through Mice
Okay.
Chat.
All right.
We're coordinating now, but save that date.
Awesome. Eric, thank you so much. And we'll see you where?
We will see you at Knott's Berry Farm.
And what we always say when we end the video, Eric, we say, we'll see you at the farm.
Oh, geez.
So where will we see you, Eric?
We will see you at the farm.
Very good.
Nice.
Thank you, Eric. All right.